I had to fight with so many people for this interview with my bare fists, Shaun. So I'm a huge fan. So thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today.
Pleasure.
Oh, wonderful. And look, you're bringing the 35th anniversary tour of Pills and Thrills and Bellyaches to Australia. Do you have any memories that stand out from the times you've been here before?
Yeah, I think we was only there last year or the year before. But
Yeah.
I mean, when we do Australia, it's always great. You know what I mean? I'm really looking forward to it. And I've got people over there as well, so that I see and that. So yeah, I love doing Australia. Love it. And New Zealand.
Yeah, of course. Wonderful. Is there any similarities, do you think, from Aussie crowds to British crowds?
Well, I mean, Monday's crowds are pretty mad anyway, you know what I mean? Whether it's in Manchester or Melbourne, you know what I mean? They're all the same type of crowd that we get, you know what I mean? Which is pretty, sort of like 40-odd-year-old teenagers. Like, we're 60-odd-year-old teenagers. But yeah, I mean, our crowds are great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And look, that album is older than me, but that's okay. How do you feel about younger fans, new generations being introduced to your music through samples, football culture, films, instead of the original era?
Yeah, I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, we brought a lot of new fans to the Mondays and Black Grape, really. But me and Bez were doing all the TV stuff and reality television. I mean, we got on that early doors as soon as... especially today, kids will either be there on the phone and an iPad, or even if you're watching the telly and they'll go, who are these two old kids who are acting like, still acting like young lads? And then, before the programme or the show's finished, they've sort of looked us up and then downloaded all the albums and then turn up at the shows or if we're on a festival. So... It's great, that's what it's all about. I mean, our sort of age group now for Mondays and Black Grape go from about 10 years old to like 80, even older. So,
It's incredible, yeah. And
great.
Also on the TV thing, I'm surprised they let you two be on is it the Gogglebox show over there?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's so awesome. You must have a lot of fun doing that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not often. I mean, if I'd have been at school and told, I want a job where I get paid to watch telly and get pissed with my best mate, it'd be like, just thought I was mad. But, I've got a job that I get paid to watch telly and get drunk with my best mate, chocolate and ice cream. So, yeah.
That's fantastic. And do you remember where you were when you first heard one of your songs being played on the radio?
Oh, God. Well, probably we'll go back to John Peel or something like that. We'd have been sat in, all the band, sat in a Mark III Escort, listening to John Peel to play one of our records. So it would have been something like that,
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. And look, you guys have survived eras where a lot of artists burned out completely. What do you think actually kept you going?
Well, we forget what we've done. Forget where we've been. Forget what we've had, So we wake up every morning with a clean slate.
Wow.
Especially me and Bez.
Yeah, I can imagine. And when you hear Step On now, does it feel like your song still, or has it become something that belongs to everybody?
Step On. I mean, again, that's, as you know, it's the John Congas cover. I mean, and we ended up really doing that. I mean, we'd have never done that ourselves. I mean, the last thing, when we got told, because it was Elektra Records in America, it was our label back then. We was on Factory in the UK and then Elektra for the rest of the world in America. And Elektra was celebrating 20 years of being Elektra Records. And we all had to, all the new sort of signing bands for Elektra had to do a cover version of an Elektra signed band and an Elektra track from the 60s and 70s. So, we got sent a C90 and not wanting to do any cover versions. I mean, the third song on was this John Congas song. I mean, didn't even know what it was. Not really heard it or anything. And it was Step On by John Congas. It was about the third on the C90 tape. And it was sort of a chanty start. And because we didn't really want to go through the C90, it's like, right, that one sounds all right and easy to do.
Yeah.
So, we stuck a bass line down, and Mark put some guitar in, and I sort of, shouted, made it a bit different by, halfway through the song shouting, "You're twisting my melon," and "Call the cops." And then we sent that off to Paul Oakenfold, because it was like, that was just, Oakenfold, we wanted to sort of mix that, produce that one. He'd done WFL before, Up for Luck. So we sent him that, and within a few days, he sent it back to us, and it's got me starting, going, "You twisted my melon, man," speak to it. And then Oakie had done this mix, and we went, right, that's great, but we're not going to give that to Elektra Records. We'll keep that for ourselves, for the up-and-coming Pills and Frills album. So we found another John Congus song, Tokolosh Man. We did that. We gave that to Elektra.
Yeah.
And then we kept Step On for the Pills and Frills album.
There you go. That's wild.
Yeah. All the best sort of mad things in music happen by accident,
Yeah, definitely. Well, this actually takes me to my next question about the song with Gorillaz, Dare. I know the story behind it, and I think it's actually hilarious. But I just wanted to ask...
Which story, though? Because there's one Damon tells, and then there's mine.
Your story, yes. Well, your story is that...
Yeah, when I walked in, and he put the track... He put a beat on.
Yeah.
And basically, I put the cans on, put the headphones on, and I couldn't hear it. And I'm saying, turn it up. And then as the track's going up, I just go, it's going up. And when it got to the right level, I went, it's there, just saying there. And he went, right, do that again. And, mine, do fucking what? I'm not done out. No, just do what you did there. And just, so I went, it's going up, it's there. And then added a few more ad-libs, and then that was it.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's not... Okay, what's
another one.
What's Damon's story then? What's his side?
Oh, he was... you know what? It wasn't right, put it that way. But that's how it was, basically. You know what I mean? He's got something else, which was along similar lines, but not
quite,
quite as right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so, that's funny as. But look, I wanted to ask about the music video, because your head seems to be in some sort of contraption. Did that hurt? And what are your thoughts on it now?
Well, it's got to be 20 years old, that video, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I was sat in some sort of little cage or something. I mean, I think I was probably sat in the lotus position or something. I mean, it didn't hurt, but they had me in this fucking box for about 9 hours while we were filming this video. So, but I was still, how can I say, pretty wasted still in those, back then. So I think, I didn't really notice. Yeah. Apart from that, I'd been sat in this, whatever it was, cage for quite a few hours.
Oh, my God. Well, at least it took the edge. At least you didn't realise, I suppose, at the time. Jeez. What new bands are you liking at the moment, if any, or do you find yourself listening to your old favourites?
Well, I'm still listening to the same music that I've listened to all my life, the same, Motown, Northern Soul, Bowie, everything, hip hop, the lot, but the new bands, bad thing about that is I forget the frigging names, and I've got a band that I really want to say that I like, right?
Yeah.
And I can't remember the fucking names. That's the worst thing about it now. I just can't remember.
That's all right. I do that too.
Fuck it, I nearly had it there.
Is it more of a pop or like a...
No, they're sort of quite... I mean, the great thing about them is they all look like kids, right? So, I've looked back at photographs of us when we started off, and we really are
my gosh.
Young kids,
yes.
Right? So, and these lot remind me of one lot, because they all look like about fucking 16. Garage Flowers. I
Garage
like them
Flower.
garage. That's it. Garage Flowers. Yeah.
Mad. Okay. I'll have
Yeah.
to check them out.
I think they ripped the name off either something, either a line out of a Paul Weller song or something they took the name from. But it's
Ah,
called Garage Flowers. They sort of they like punky, and
yeah.
sort of to me like a bit buzzcocky, but not. But
Ooh,
yeah,
that sounds good.
they're from Leeds and
Yeah.
Leeds lads they are. So they're from the north.
Yeah. Oh, wicked. I'll definitely have to check them out. And do
Yeah.
you remember the moment you realized Manchester had gone from a local scene into something the whole world was obsessing with?
Sort of. I mean, when it got like 1987, when the Hacienda. I mean, I've said this a few times. From
Mm.
1982 up until 1987, the Hacienda was empty. I mean, the only time the Hacienda got a full 2,000 in the warehouse was if a band was on, if the Smiths was on, or New Order was on, or
Yeah.
whatever. That's the only time that the Hacienda was full when the band was on. Otherwise, it was open, 4 or 5 nights a week, and you'd have about 10 people in on a night. And
Wow.
so that was great for us, but so by 1987, yeah, when the ecstasy hit there, you could really see it just ended up from 87 onwards being full every night of the week. It was open, and
Wow.
you knew something was happening because it was a bit like 20 years before or something, like the 1967 Summer of Love, where it was all acid and all that lot.
Yeah.
Well, ours was like the ecstasy revolution sort of
Yeah.
thing, and it was 20 years later. So, you knew there was something in the air.
Yeah.
And then you also notice that all the bands, it was all, most of them dropping ecstasy as well, and their sort of range of musical taste started to change in the music,
Yeah.
So you knew there was something going on.
Yeah, because you guys also had that like sort of dance influence come up with you as well, of that era. What's it called? Like the party, I guess, party music, but also mixed with a whole different range of genres.
Yeah, I mean that was it. I mean, if we started to like do something that it was like sounding like I don't know, Echo the Bunnymen or New Order, we'd have to scrap it. I mean, our
Oh, for
musical.
sure.
Good thing about our lot is, I mean, music used to be really clanny when I was young. You was either a mod, a rocker, a punk,
Yeah.
or a goth.
Yeah.
And stuck in them sort of things. Well, when the E came along, that all started to go away, you know what I mean? But we'd never been like that, us lot. We would say, like we like David Bowie, Motown as much as Shawaggy Waggy or Mud, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Who was
Yeah.
like kiddie bands that, we listened to on Top of the Pops when we was like 10 and 11.
Wow.
But,
Yeah.
and now I've been going on waffling too long. I've not took my meds and I
No,
forgot what I was saying.
no, you're right. I will waffle on too, so it's all good. We were
Oh,
just talking about.
what was your question again?
Yeah. It was
What
just
was it?
basically how you had a whole bunch of different influences at the time that you guys were
Yeah,
big. Yeah,
influences, but also ecstasy helped with that.
yeah, yeah,
'Cause it even widened everybody's sort of range,
yeah.
and musical influences. So that drug, no matter what, I'm not promoting drugs or whatever, but just like in the 60s when
The acid.
acid got
That's
into the
right.
hands of the youth,
Yep.
well, it was the same effect with us lot back in '87 when ecstasy got in the hands of us lot.
Yeah.
So it
No.
changed everything,
100%.
including the club scene and the way people dressed and everything.
Yeah, totally. And look, the Mondays were never a technically polished band in the traditional sense, I don't think, but the atmosphere was undeniable. Do you think feeling matters more than perfection in music?
The thing, I mean, we was wasted a lot. I mean, the thing is, if you come back to a Monday show now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, now we're all sort of older and wise. Well, I won't even say that. We're a lot older, not so wiser. But I mean, we're more together, on stage now, and we. But back then, I mean, we was definitely put ourselves first,
Yeah.
really, before the crowd. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just Look, we had a lot of fun on stage, but I wouldn't change anything now. It's, I get asked, you miss all, the old days, and it's like, no, not really. I don't. I'm really happy where we are now,
Oh,
and I
I'm
was
glad.
happy back then. So
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice to hear. So, what's the word? Like touching to hear that, whilst you were happy then, you're also really happy where you guys are at now.
oh God, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, more than happy actually.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
And look, playing an album 35 years later could easily become nostalgia only, but these songs still go off live. Why do you think they still connect?
I don't know. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just like, when I listen to stuff from the 60s and 70s, I mean, it still sounds just as good today as it did then. There's certain, music, certain songs and albums that just stand up. So
Yeah.
if I knew exactly what that was, I'd bottle it and put it all over myself.
Yeah. I have a question that is, out there, but I really would love your opinion. I
Oh,
live in rural Australia and I've seen lights of the unidentifiable, and I know you have too. Are you ever
oh
scared
yeah.
of being abducted, or what would your reaction be if you met an ET?
I have, I mean, from being a young lad before, I was really getting off my face. I saw stuff flying about in the sky,
Yeah.
doing incredible stuff, the zigzagging and staying in one place and shooting off at speeds you've never seen before. So,
Hmm.
and I've had some really weird experiences over the years. I mean, once once you sort of you've seen something, they tend to fuck about with you for the rest of your life. But
Yeah.
no, I mean, I'm actually at peace with any of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to be scared of.
No, I love that. See, I kind of think of it of a or extraterrestrials maybe as like our creators, and so I like to kind of think
Yeah,
like there's nothing to be afraid of, but I still do get scared.
yeah. Well, it's natural. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. Like
Um,
as my experience, he's got more madder and madder. I then, I just had to deal with it. So I've dealt with it. It's all good.
yeah, yeah. No, fantastic. Well, thank you for answering that for me. And look, just one more question. What's one thing people still maybe misunderstand about the Happy Mondays?
Well, I suppose, right, if when we're out, I'm out and about, or Bez or some of the band members, and the youngins get on us and start offering us lines of coke or E, and still think like,
Really?
it's just, oh yeah, no, it's fine, because in their head we're still,
Yeah.
party mad animals where we're all like, we're older than their granddads, so it's
Yeah.
like, but it's funny.
Oh my goodness. Look, and after all these years, what still gives you a buzz about getting together, playing music, being on stage?
But, well, I've got the buzz is more real than ever now. I
Yeah.
mean, it's an honour and a pleasure to still be doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, I was never one of these that was thinking it's going to end. Once we sort of got into making music and being in this privileged sort of world of, having a job that you love.
Mm.
It was never ended. It's like, I mean, as long as you enjoy what you're doing, I think we'll be doing it when we get older than what the Rolling Stones are now. If
Yeah.
if you enjoy doing what you do and it makes you happy, then just carry on doing it. Don't retire. You don't really retire in our game. So
Yeah. Oh, that's
uh,
fantastic. Maybe we'll
yeah.
see you on the 135th anniversary tour.
Well, probably, yeah.
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 Oh,
It feels
fantastic.
it feels like it's 135th sometimes.
I can imagine. I can only imagine. Shaun, we can't wait to see you guys here in September. Thank you so much for your time again.
Uh,
Absolute legend.
yeah, thanks for having us.